up in, and he doesn't have a lot of stuff on his truck. I mean, his truck has a lot of the basic stuff, but that's what Mike told him. There's a fair amount of us that are very well established, and we don't need the basic stuff, so it's going to be hit and miss on what you sell to some of us, because some of us have every basic thing you could freaking have on your truck.
Yeah, right. He ain't lying.
It's replacement or upgrading, or if you got something new and fandangled that interests us, whatever, but mainly you're going to be servicing broken shit. And
whatever, he'll sell enough to the new kids, probably, hopefully, make up for it.
Or we'll just stop showing up.
Yep, exactly. That's how that's going to work.
It's already too fucking hot in here.
I like it.
You can have it.
Liberty and Lead podcast. Keep it local. Keep it cash. Tell the feds to kiss your ass. I'm Ty.
I'm Moo.
I'm Trigger.
Can I get a downer? And then I'm going to kick this off.
Okay.
We might as well talk cars. We're going to do it anyways.
Yep.
So I came across this week. Today, let's be honest.
The Ford Ranger Super Duty has finally been unveiled. Here are the 5 things you need to know about it. Number 1, it is the first time the Super Duty nameplate has ever been used on anything other than an F-Series vehicle. And that is something that Ford says means a lot. This thing has gone through an absolute huge amount of testing to make sure it's fit for purpose. This one here is obviously the dual cab ute, which is more popular with private buyers, but there's also going to be a single cab and an extra cab, which is much more popular with fleet buyers. There is only one grade, however.
This is glitching out. It's a Super Duty Ranger.
Okay.
So, I'm not sure how I feel about it. So I looked it up, apparently a while ago, because I'm not finding it.
Motherfucker.
Would you buy a Super Duty Ranger, Trig? I know you're a Ford guy.
I wouldn't buy a small pickup. I have no use for one. It sucks. I have no use for one. And I know that Ty knows this and whatever. I have no use for short box. What I do, I have no use for fucking short box pickups. So a small truck. I owned one when I was in college. I had an S10. It was a regular cab short box S10 2-wheel drive 4-cylinder. That is the only short box I have ever owned.
We'll keep talking, but I'm going to mix a drink. And you guys are going to bust my balls pretty heavily here in a second, but keep talking cars.
So I pulled up the specs.
Okay.
Gross vehicle weight, 9,900 pounds. Towing capacity, up to 9,900 pounds.
Okay.
What's your truck? What's your towing capacity on yours?
So, my gross vehicle weight rating
For a dually F-350.
for my dually is 14,000.
So
the new ones, and mine's 20 years old. The newer ones are 16 or 17,000. My gross combined vehicle weight rating, of course, depending on the trailer. Let's say I use my gooseneck, for instance. My gooseneck, I can do 28,000. Gross combined weight rating.
That's a big dozer.
And that's
turn that back off.
7,000 pound truck with a 4,500 pound trailer. So there's 11,500 pounds, whatever. So I can, 16,000, 17,000 pounds I can put on the trailer.
So this Super Duty Ranger, gross combined weight.
What's a D5 weigh? Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm more worried about a Komatsu D355A.
Yeah, I can put that on anything I own.
No, you can. It just won't like it. Gross combined weight for the Super Duty Ranger is 17,500, which is not terrible.
No, to be honest, it ain't fucking bad at all. I mean, that's a pretty significant amount.
But
now, my 88 dually only had a 10,000 pound GVW with, like my gooseneck, it would have been 24,000 pound.
Engine is going to be likely a 3-liter Power Stroke V6, which I don't expect them to put the 6.7 in a Ranger.
No.
It would be cool though.
Well, it's just like the half tons with the Duramax.
Yeah, but you put a big trailer on the back, you won't.
Canyons or Colorados with the Duramax. The little Dodge.
That little eco diesel they've been using.
Yeah, and then you got the Nissan Titan that had
the V8 Cummins.
I was gonna say I don't remember. I don't know what it was, but I
thought it was a Duramax.
Cummins, no.
Because doesn't Nissan? No, Isuzu makes.
Isuzu does.
Yes.
What was it? Nissan had a partnership with Cummins at one point to make. Well, Nissan made the V8s, and then they got the permission to use the Cummins badge on it. And I never heard anything good about a V8 Cummins.
What's the nickname of that? The Haltima? Everything's Altima, right? Some form of it.
But yeah, that's never mind. The Super Duty Ranger is initially targeting Australia and New Zealand.
Initially.
Wow, they're trying to sell the big trucks here because they can mark it up outrageously. Why do we never get the cool shit?
I don't know, but you go over to Australia, Africa, Australia, whichever continent you want.
And the blood runs to your head.
And you look at this shit. You don't never see any full-size vehicles. You know, England, do you ever see a full-size truck in any
the
video of
built
England?
for it.
Exactly.
Well, you do in the old Grand Tour and Top Gear videos.
Well, but one thing that I brought up before, and granted, England is, about the size of Michigan. Maybe a little bit bigger.
But their attitude
but
is the
not
size
much.
of Texas.
Wow.
Dude.
But do you see anybody, like I said, with a 3/4 or a 1-ton truck hauling a 35-foot fifth wheel in England?
Hold on a second.
No.
Well, they drive those little camper Class C motorhomes that have no power. So
But it's just funny that in America you have big ass freaking campers. You get 48-foot toy haulers and 1-ton dualies or toter homes or whatever pulling them. But
so
overseas you don't have anything that fucking big.
England.
Well, they got the Unimogs doing all the work.
England as a whole is smaller than Alabama by about 300 square feet or square miles. Sorry. What do you got? HPD? Isn't that a disease? Dude, what's up with all the notifications you got?
Oh, yeah, I'm just cool.
Or you save them up for a year? So
No, every day, dude. It's I quit
as
clearing
much
them.
as he's on his phone, I'm surprised they're not cleared out.
So, as a daily driver, I have the Jetta. But eventually, the Jetta's got to either go to Sneaky Beak or just get replaced in 10 years, whatever. Because it's probably going to rust out. They're not perfect. They're great vehicles, other than fucking maintenance, as Moody will attest. Transmission services are stupid. Anyway.
Fucking Germans.
Why don't... You don't like the small truck, but as far as like a daily... I could do a small truck, and I was thinking the Honda Ridgeline, that style, not the old style. That's not horrible looking.
Wait,
I really like the idea of a truck that has a longevity. The Honda's reputation for making better vehicles.
You telling me you don't like the Honda Ridgeline version that was like a Avalanche knockoff?
No,
Yeah.
that was ugly. That was fugly.
I still don't know why the Avalanche was so popular.
It's not Chevrolet, but I don't really want to pay Chevrolet prices, and I don't really want to constantly fix the fucker.
Well,
I
you
love
should
my
buy that
Chevys.
before these tariffs.
And see,
I'm pretty sure they're enacted right now, but we're going to get to that because Ford just announced employee pricing for everybody, like they did back in the day, except for
They
Raptors
do that.
and high-end vehicles, right?
GM's been doing that for decades.
Well, they all have.
It still doesn't knock the price down.
Not a lot, because when I bought my red Ford, I got employee pricing on that.
Like, I remember, still kind of similar. My dad had, through his employer, X-Plan pricing through Ford.
In Ford, they called it A-Plan for employee pricing.
he had
tiers.
X-Plan, which is a little different. But, people keep talking about X-Plan pricing and make it sound real cool, and then I found out it's like $1,500.
I did save a lot on my truck at the time because the following year.
You bought new old.
I'm the black one, but I'm talking the Ford.
Oh.
I bought brand new. Current.
You bought that in 04. It was in 05. You bought it after freaking July 1st, 05, or 04.
I can't remember when I bought it. It was 05, I think.
It was an 05 truck.
Yeah.
05's come out in July of 04.
Okay. I don't remember. It was
It
was nice out when I bought it.
Date to see when it was built.
Yeah. I might even have the window sticker downstairs. I don't know. But
By
anyway.
the way, when you bought that truck, it was 2 decades ago.
Wow. He ain't lying. Holy shit, dude. That really makes me...
Like I just said, my truck's 20 years old.
I was still in school when you bought that truck.
Holy shit.
5 more years, I can put historic plates on my freaking dually.
Ooh,
She's pretty antique.
Next year, I should be able to put them on mine.
Yeah.
But you can only drive it in August.
No.
Going to a car show?
It's a Ford. I'm driving it to the shop.
Yeah. But anyway, Ford announced, and it's big news, employee pricing across the board on everything except like Raptors and Raptor Rs and just Raptor Rs, Ranger Raptor Rs, and certain ones.
Mustang, Shelby.
Yep. The Blackfoot or brown knob, I don't know, whatever Mustangs are calling them. But usually when that happens, Chevrolet follows suit. So who knows? It might knock 10 grand off a 1-ton truck because the trucks are $100,000. You know, right?
I have no interest in buying a new truck just because of the fucking price.
No, but we know somebody that just ordered one, and I want to make sure if all of a sudden the fucking price drops 10 grand, he doesn't pay 10 grand too much. So I don't know. I got to reach out to him or get with him. And it's a Chevy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the GM model will follow suit with the Ford model.
You know, that employee plan pricing, GM's still making out heavily on that.
Unbelievably.
All of them are.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll knock 10 grand off.
Cool, you're still making
marked up
30
50 grand.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
Then the dealership tacked another 10 grand on top of that.
But how do we feel about the Honda brand? Consumers Reports rates them higher than shit.
Honda is a reliable motherfucker.
Oh yeah, we threw darts, didn't we? Last time Duffy was over here, we schooled him in darts. Guess who won though?
Duff.
No.
I think I'd trust Honda over Hyundai.
Oh fuck yeah! I like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Cruz. The Santa Cruz, I like the looks of it, and it's a small mini truck that you can still throw a bag of shit in, a 2x4, something. But their reliability sucks. They're absolutely trash. So
the Hyundais are also phenomenally easy to steal.
word.
Same way with Kia.
I would have to shop around by the time I could get a model that I can afford, because I just looked, and a low mile, medium mile, let's call it, Honda pickup, that pickup is still $30,000 and change. So,
well, hold on. We'll do this. Honda Ridgeline, fuel efficient mid-size pickup.
that's what I'm saying. It's still 4 doors, got a ton of storage. How many guns can I haul in that thing?
All right, let's do the building price.
When we're done with that, we got to talk a little bit about guns, whether we do it now or the next episode.
That's fine. Sport, RTL, Trail Sport, or black?
Black. Well, I want a sport, something sport. I want it with like cool wheels or I
Do
don't
the
know.
Trail Sport.
Trail Sport.
Yeah.
For all that off-road he's not going to do.
That come with
Just like the red truck, the most off-road it got was in the freaking grass. In a car show.
Idling across grass, not...
Yeah, couldn't
the
spend
Honda.
the freaking
The Honda
tires.
Ridgeline Sport comes with paddles.
That's a all-wheel drive 9-speed automatic with 280 horsepower out of a V6. That's your only engine.
How many
option.
horsepower?
280.
280.
Okay, that's pretty good. That's a supercharged 3800.
That's 11 horsepower more than my 4-cylinder Buick has.
You like black.
You know,
Or do you want red? to reminisce,
No,
or
he
white?
wants
Let's do white. Let's do
so
white.
Hendrix don't bitch at him.
No, I like the idea of being able to, because this is going to be a daily commuter.
Ooh,
I want to be able to
leather
drive.
interior.
Yes. I want to be able
That's
to drive
your
it through a
only
car
option. I
wash without
wasn't
having to worry
asking.
about swirl marks. So silver or white.
Your only wheel option is pewter gray, 18-inch.
Okay.
Let's see. Do you want the black wheels instead? Function package, which is utility hooks, truck bed, cargo net, and door sill protection.
Sure.
Okay. Function plus, utility hooks, truck bed, cargo net, door sill protection film, and hard cargo area cover, so tonneau cover.
Daily. Yeah, I would want that.
That.
That's probably going to add $1,100.
Tailgate blackout package, which is black rear ridgeline emblem and gloss black rear Honda emblem. Basically, do you want the entire backside blacked out?
No, I'm not going to pay extra for something I'm probably going to rip off.
No, like the badging, like the
Yeah.
Honda badge.
Yeah, I'm going to strip it all off anyway.
Okay. Utility package, which is crossbars and roof rails.
No,
No, you gotta pick
I don't
up
want the
that
roof
now.
rails. If I got to haul something like that, I have a 3/4 ton truck that's never going anywhere. So
All right. So accessory packages, adventure package, which is different wheels and fenders, cargo storage, which is a tonneau cover. You already have that.
yeah,
Outdoor essentials. You don't want that. Protection package, which is front and rear, splash guards and wheel locks, and in-bed cargo tray.
actually no.
It actually doesn't add a whole lot.
I don't want. I just don't want wheel locks for obvious reasons because they're a pain in the ass.
Yeah, okay.
If I lived in downtown Detroit where I had to park outside, every one of them would be a different fucking wheel lock.
What's the thing for the motor scooter?
Bed extender motorcycle. It's the metal thing that
Oh
goes.
yeah. You know how badass a fucking scooter's gonna look in that?
Bike attachment, fork mount. You don't care about. Body side molding.
No.
No, I'll just rip it off.
Yeah, it's chrome anyways. Door edge film.
Is that the backs of the doors? No.
Door edge guards.
No.
Door handle film. Door visors, the strip that goes.
I'll put
Some of
those.
the smoker vents.
Yeah, I'll put those on later.
Well.
I appreciate the vent visor things. Those things are.
So the rear emblem on the back looks like it's set into the trunk.
That's
Do you
fine.
want it black?
No.
Fender flares.
No, absolutely not.
HPD front grille.
Sure. To add like a big light bar or something.
No, it just makes the grill look different. Come on.
HPD.
Yeah, HPD front grille.
Huge Posehn dick.
You already got the tonneau cover. You want the hood protector, the fucking little
The
plastic.
bug guard.
Yeah.
Can I get it straight flat up?
Spoiler.
like the old men used to do? No, I don't want that.
Freaking square bodies.
Do you want
Although I should, because that's where the main rock chips end up being. But no.
Do you want the HPD decal graphics, like was in that picture?
No.
Kayak attachment,
No.
HPD lower door trim. It's just special trim down low.
No.
Moonroof visor,
Sure.
mud flap set, HPD.
Yes, I do.
Roof basket,
No.
roof box,
No.
running rails,
Running boards.
Running
Nerf
boards?
boards.
Yes. I actually do.
Ooh, never mind. Oh wait, hold on. You got two options: running board black or running board with lights.
Without just more shit to go wrong.
He's just gonna add his own lights anyway.
Yeah. Splash guards front and
point.
rear.
Doctor already got those with the HBD package. Right?
Yeah, the mud flat, mud guards, whatever.
I don't know. Surf paddleboard attachment. Do you plan on getting one of those? Paddleboard?
I got a surfboard right over there. Will I put it on there? No, fuck no.
Do you want a bed tent? A tent that fits in the bed.
For camping.
Oh, tent. I thought you said tint.
No.
He wants
bed
a
tent.
hitch.
No.
Hitch kit.
I hate camping.
Do you want the hitch kit?
Yes. I got that little aluminum trailer.
Um,
Can you imagine trying to pull that big trailer? I got one of those.
Do you want the ball included?
No. You bring my hitch?
Do you want black wheel lug
No, you
nuts?
didn't tell me what you needed for a drop.
Oh, yeah. We'll figure that out, huh?
Do you want the black wheel lug nuts? As opposed to the, I assume, pewter or chrome?
Well, I got gray wheels. Give me the silver ones.
That's not an option.
If I had black wheels, I'd
Alright.
get black.
Door sill protection film.
That's already on there. We added it earlier.
First aid kit.
No.
Bed cargo dividers. In bed trunk carpet. You can get carpet for your
Hendrix got carpet in his Chevy.
rear underseat cargo tray.
No.
Rear seat covers.
No.
Rear underseat storage system. I don't know how that's different than a bin.
Maybe, because, I mean, we're kind of always hauling shit around, and I put a lot of stuff in my trucks, air compressors and stuff.
Utility hook.
No, it already comes in the one.
Yeah.
Engine block heater.
No.
Puddle lights.
Yes.
Ooh, nope. Then you'd have to get the lit up running boards.
No.
So summary, base price is $45,380, and with all that stuff, it's up to $51,225.
That is 11 grand more than I paid for a 3/4 ton V8 tow pig.
And that's 20 grand less than the equivalent American vehicle.
At least. I mean, yeah, but even a little Colorado. Yeah, even then. Huh.
All in all, not terrible. And
No.
if you had that under seat cargo thing, you could put guns there.
I would almost rather have one of those than a half-ton truck. It's a half-ton truck. It's got.
No, I'm. And the same thing goes with the Ranger. I would rather have a Ranger or that Honda or a freaking Colorado or whatever versus a freaking half-ton truck.
It's a Subaru Brat updated with 4 doors,
Towing
Well, the Brad's
capacity,
had 4 doors.
5,000 pounds on that Ridgeline.
which is nothing. But
Well, you can haul your aluminum trailer side by side behind it.
yep, quads, whatever.
Well,
I don't mind it. It's a little pricey. Definitely.
They say it's fuel efficient. 18 city, 24 highway.
For that particular situation, I think that is okay.
For 300, almost 300 horse on a little baby pickup.
Put a cold air intake and hood stack on there. I think you're over 300.
Ooh, yeah.
Boy, would that sound like shit. Whew.
You know, that would be my holdup with a little truck for a commuter versus a car. The fuel mileage difference.
24 highway, and I get that all day the way I drive.
Yeah, but your car now gets almost 40.
Gets 43 actual. I topped it off last night on the way home, and I did the math. 43.
I drive
43 point something.
about 10 miles an hour faster than he does, and I get about 40.
Let's go into history.
I don't know. I passed the little exit this morning at 93.
Jesus Christ.
You know you don't drive a DeLorean, right?
Oh, I know.
Where is it?
Could DeLoreans actually do 88?
It's something with pushing it. Like a train.
Yeah, I know. I saw that one. You know, that whole movie? You know, when you're a kid, you watch that movie and you think it's really cool, and then you get older and find out how gutless they were, and like, I don't think it could do 88. But I think there's I seem to remember some guy online, LS swapped one.
Oh, there's been a lot of
Can you imagine a DeLorean the way it should have been built?
Fiero GT. Mm-hmm. That actually kind of turns me on a little. That'd be wicked bad. If you had the right tire, you could probably pop a wheelie.
Wrinkle walls on a Fiero.
Stickies. Sticky Mickeys, baby.
I twisted the frame coming off the line.
Twisted the doors. Ain't no friggin' frame.
Quad lights and twice pipes, baby. That's a us thing. You got the big bulbous fucking. But anyway.
Trigger.
Yep.
So I wish more places would make cup holder shaped holsters. So I can just.
Oh yeah. I bought a holster today. So got a text saying something about making a run to Not Just Guns, and I'm like, okay. And I'm like, I got to take Sneaky. I got to hang out with her today. She ain't doing nothing. She's just sitting on the couch. All right. Then I'm thinking, I'm like, fuck, I could just meet him at your house. And so I just drove to his house. He was there within 30 seconds. By the time I got there.
Did he not want to detour too far off the interstate?
No, I was just helping him out. Instead of driving all the way here. Whatever.
Yeah, he texted me, said, I'm going to meet him at Trigger's house. Is he off? Why are you going there?
He left work. Well, thank God his wife doesn't listen, because he went over and he bought a gun. I bought a holster. I'll tell you what he bought and what he paid later. I'll tell you what he bought. He bought a SIG. It's pretty sweet ride. With optic and everything.
It's fun.
But it's a 365. It's not a 320.
I always wanted to feel like I wanted to get shot.
Yeah. You'll shoot your eye out. That's why I sent him the GIF. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. He told me what he wanted. So we went over there and I bought a whole... I said, what do you got for the Springfield Hellcat Pro? And he goes, dude, I think I got one in that clearance box over there. Dig around. I'm pretty sure I just seen one. I dig around. I found one. I'm like,
Found
perfect.
what?
A holster.
Oh.
It's just a... I don't know, middle of the road holster. I guess it's pretty plain.
Still Kydex,
Inside waist,
or?
yeah. But it wasn't provisioned for...
Optics or...
Oh, no, it has the optics, but it wasn't provisioned for the threaded barrel. Oh. So when I got home, I took one of those big hogging fucking bits, drilled out the end, and boop, yep, worked good. $20. It was normally $70, $69.99.
Good luck getting away from Kydex.
Right.
Considering how easy it is to mold to whatever you need. Now, that being said, once in a while, for like dedicated carry guns, I'll spend the extra money and I will get a leather one made.
Duffy's got leather.
Leather's nice.
But now, like We the People holsters, they sell you the foam backer. It ain't cheap, but it's a nice high-end foam. But there's another company out there that's making them too. That's like there's Velcro on and off.
There's a place in Texas that I usually buy my leather from. My leather holsters. It's just a lot nicer to have against your skin than Kydex.
I'm with you.
Doesn't matter with the stippling on the grip. Still tears the shit out of my love handles.
No matter what, you can have the world's greatest holster, actually tried, true, and tested. It's going to poke you. And everybody, you see all these ads, the most comfortable holster you'll ever own. Every one of them says that same shit. No, they're not.
The only time I've ever carried inside the waistband was the small of my back. Any other time, it's outside the waistband. I can't carry inside the waistband.
Small of the back is great as long as there's no risk of you falling onto your back.
I mean, it might be the ideal spot to carry a 320. Yeah, come on, that was a little funny.
Missed it by that much.
But that air back there and fire might not mix.
You ever seen a methane fire?
You wanna? I might be on it tonight. Oh.
Yeah.
I tweaked myself on a customer's situation, and ever since, oh dude, I've been shitting my guts out. Just I'm pretty sure I lost some weight.
Good.
In my hernia, I tweaked something in there. Yeah, I'm living with it. It's not as bad as it was, but I mean, it's...
Got a bulge or anything?
Nope. Right. Not yet. I think we're in the clear, so... But the car situation with the tariffs, what are we thinking might happen there? Because some of the places that I go, customers that make automotive parts or provisions for parts, like foam, big foam blocks that they stick shit in, all of a sudden they are shipping a ton of it because they were trying to beat the tariffs. And I don't know.
Well, speaking of tariffs, and the lefties are jumping around for joy because the stock market is crashing. So I got something for that if you want to get me another downer.
Yes, I think I know where you're going with it. Once you hear this, it makes sense. But the people that are against it, they're never going to admit.
You can't teach a Democrat economics. They're too smart for it. All right.
Oh, precisely.
Well, what's happening with the market right now is pretty crazy. The stock market is crashing, and a lot of my clients are asking me why. Why? The U.S. government owes $36 trillion. This is how much money is owed. Out of the $36 trillion, $9 trillion of it is due for refinance. So the government has to refinance $9 trillion worth of debt in 2025.
What the fuck is going on here?
And what the government is trying to do, Elon Musk and President Trump, and what they're trying to do is cut spending and increase productivity so that we can offset the deficit from 2 trillion to zero. And when we get to zero, inflation will stop. You create uncertainty into the market, you scare people. The masses buy bonds, it lowers the bond rate, and when the rate drops, you refinance this $9 trillion of debt. And when you refinance, the payment goes lower, so the $2 trillion deficit shrinks.
Oh, that
All the
sense.
Schwabs and the richest old timers out there, like it's smart. But who's the guy he just quit today? Klaus. I can't remember.
Either way.
Anyway.
Democrats are all, Trump's useless. The stock market's crashing because they can't see more than one step ahead.
Right.
Whether they're doing it for the good or the bad, they're stimulating the stock market to move it to where it's more appropriate for a refinance to happen
For a
lower
business
rate.
deal.
Yes. And to be honest, it's insider trading. It's technically insider
on a global
trading.
scale.
Yeah.
They'll definitely use it to their advantage.
Yes. That's what they're trying to do, is get it to where they can use it to their advantage and save money.
Pelosi and her
Just go
scumbag
to
minions are
Menards.
going to buy stocks like crazy when it's tanked. And that's going to make them even richer.
Even though they're out there saying, this is bad. We're going to be rich.
They're trying
Yeah,
to, they'll
say
do
it with more
anything
of a
to make
slur.
it.
See, what they're saying is, this is a bad thing.
There you
'Cause I
go.
gotta pay
That sounds like
taxes on it.
Nancy.
Got the new Midway ad. 6 days late, probably. See if there's anything in here.
Oh, probably not. I need to buy another pair of Oakleys, but I saw the price tag on them. And,
Wait till they go on sale here.
And wait
Yeah.
till the tariffs.
the issue is,
You got monster skull.
I'm looking at the Hallbrook XLs, which are over $200. And Midway has Hallbrooks on sale, but not the XL. So I'm kind of SOL because most people aren't going to put XL on sale.
Right.
Because who the fuck has a massive dome? This guy. Yeah, the Trig and I went bowling last weekend. One of the guys that was there, his wife called the bowling alley ahead to ask if they had size 17 shoes for him.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, but he's 6 foot freaking 11.
Yeah.
370 pounds.
the picture, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. He showed me a picture of the group that you took. He's a big, ew, dude. Holy shit.
size 17 shoes. I struggle to find size 14 anything. When I go shoe shopping, I narrow it down by size before I even bother looking at style, because that's going to cut a lot out of the market. What was it? Crocs had those cowboy boots, and I thought it'd be funny to have a pair. They only went up to 13. So even if I wanted to, I couldn't. So yeah, if I go like tennis shoe shopping or boot shopping, I immediately cut it down to size 14 before I look at anything else.
To filter it out. Right.
Because there's no point in me finding a style I like and then going in and finding out they don't go that large. Yeah.
I don't see much in here as far as bang for the buck.
That's why I'm appreciative for the shoe size I do have. Shoes are plentiful in my size.
Right, mine's the most common size. I'm like an 11. So, and the problem is once they have a big sale, that's the first thing sold out.
Yep.
You go to a store, if you find a size 14, it's few and far between.
That's a drink.
So I usually have to buy online, but then you don't know if it's a reliable 14.
I'll see anything in there, boys.
It is. Oh, hey, look, Walker earmuffs. If you need another pair, $60.
They're cheaper at freaking Menards.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different ones. You're buying the Chevette version of earmuffs at Menards, where these are the
Fiero
83 Camaro 305, 3 more cubes.
So even bigger jump. I'd rather have the Chevette.
I buy them at Sam's Club.
Did you see there's one out there on freaking Marketplace, a Chevette? With like 84,000 miles on it, rust free for $7,000. It's like an 82.
Dude, he paid $3 for it. I wonder what.
But spotless, beautiful.
Does it say what year?
It's like an 82 Chevette.
1982 Chevette.
Shoot.
Price. Let's see here. Price new.
Fuck, those are the ones that I have.
I think those are the ones I have.
Dude, brand new Chevrolet Chevette, depending on trim level, would cost around $5,500. Dude.
Yeah, but you know someone's going to pay for that, right?
I would drive it. I would.
Oh, I know. You drove a Cavalier.
I would drive a freaking Ford Escort.
You drive a Cavalier. What am I thinking?
So do you.
No.
Yes, you do.
Mine's the far from puking version.
Different.
Oh,
I had something. I don't remember where I was going with it. Shit. That took me by surprise. Took me off.
So, all right. So with that tornado warning that we had last weekend, I had a pine tree fall in my yard.
Yeah.
Had a pine tree fall in my yard. So, wanted to get your guys' input. I'm looking at, and it hurts to say this, I'm looking at buying that Milwaukee chainsaw.
Oh, nice.
18 volt.
Yeah. It's $300.
The Fort. They have different sizes. So which one?
14-inch bar.
Okay.
It's $300.
Yep.
Tool only.
Damn, sucker.
It's probably going to take an M12 or M8 battery to even run it.
Yeah.
I'm 18, yeah.
Well,
No, 8 amp hour.
8 amp hour, yeah. They had a deal going. If you, for some reason, they don't advertise the deals that Home Depot has on certain things like that. But you walk in there on like a Tuesday, and all of a sudden they have that chainsaw, free battery. Ooh. So,
up to $100 off. 16-inch. I might actually buy this one. 16-inch, 18-volt, brushless, $230 right now. But they have a chart for you, handy-dandy chart, for how many cuts you can get on a battery.
Of course they do.
8 amp hour battery. I have one of those already. By the way, the 12 amp hour batteries are like $250 a piece. So the 8 amp hour battery on a 6-inch diameter log, you get 80 cuts.
They're more impressive than I anticipated it would be because I used Greg's and I was
If
like,
it's
wow,
a
this thing
14-inch
fucking
diameter, it's 13 cuts on an 8-amp-hour battery.
Did you see the FMF pipe you can put on there that I posted? The PUSS.
Okay, a 12-amp-hour battery on a 14-inch diameter tree gives you 20 cuts. So you have to have at least 1 and 1 and not be doing big work. But you don't have to worry about premix. You don't have to have the gas for it on site. You don't have to make sure it cycles. You just
It's
a
less
battery in.
maintenance, really. I mean, you still got to adjust the chain and all that, but
yeah, but you slap a battery
And you
in
still
it.
have to get bar oil for it.
yeah, that's no big deal.
But you go out, you do the couple cuts you need to do once in a while. But with that tree,
You're not fighting with a cold one. Like, yours are better than mine. He keeps his tip top. Where mine, it might take me a half an hour just to get the fucker started. With the electric ones, meep. But I have an electric one down there that I bought. I still haven't used it. $20 at Menards with battery.
the what was I looking at? So I was looking at that, but another pine tree along my tree line came down, and I'm sitting there looking at it. I was like, I might as well cut the other 5 that are lined up with the garage, because if we get another storm, they're pretty close to hitting that garage.
Really?
Them fuckers are 65 to 80 foot tall.
It's pretty close to being able to smack that garage if one falls.
I can't believe that. I'll have to go over there and... There's no way. That last one that came down barely made it to the fire pit, didn't it? Anyway.
That's a bad
Either way.
angle. Either way, I'm
Back-
looking at cutting 5 more. That one fell. Looking at cutting 5 more down, so I don't have to worry about it, and then go through and plant a new row of pine trees to at least act as a windbreak for the house.
As for the Milwaukee chainsaw, for you it would probably be great.
For you, not so much.
For me, no. Just because I've already spent the money on gas chainsaws, and my gas chainsaws are top-end gas chainsaws.
What's a steel go for these days?
A new steel, let's say a 280 or a 291, you're looking at 5 to 5 1/4.
Oh, that's a steel.
But
My big one, if I was to replace it with a brand new saw right now, would be $1,500.
And I was getting a little butthurt about a $300 chainsaw.
If I went out and bought the saw that I want new right now, is $2,100.
Only that much for the V8 chainsaw?
No, my back can't handle that one. But a 660 or a 088 or 880,
You get a nice aluminum.
2,100 plus.
You get a nice aluminum block 5.3 chainsaw. You ever see those chainsaw?
Oh, yeah.
They get some big old cornbread motherfuckers to pick up a V8.
it takes 2 of them. Whoop, honking right through them things.
Takes 2 of them to get it up. That's all they have to do. Just let go.
Yeah, no shit.
But even with Ty cutting trails down to the gravel pit or whatever, I think each has its purpose. To carry around in your side-by-side, a battery-powered chainsaw would be great because you don't have to worry about bouncing around the caps. You don't have to worry about running out of gas. I mean, you have to worry about running out of battery if you're on a
Well, you
trailer
just
or
have a
whatever.
second battery standing by.
Even then, break the fucking limb off at that point.
But you doing just stuff around your house, I have no...
Well, that and with $100 off a 16-inch bar. $230 for a 16-inch bar battery, and then another $250 for a fucking battery.
And see,
They've got the
mine-
deals on Black Friday. That's when I buy all my... I bought that. I got a 12 down there.
Well,
It's heavy.
I'd have to go there and see, because they always have that display. If you buy this, you get this free. And
Always. So,
My smaller saws have 18-inch bars, and I got one with a 24-inch bar, and I got one with a 36-inch bar.
Compensation.
And
Yeah. Make it up for them 3 less cubes.
I haven't found something that I can't cut up yet. So, and most of the time, somebody needs a freaking tree cut. They call me. So,
But yeah, that's been looking at that. I'm probably going to Lansing at some point this weekend, so I might stop by Home Depot and pick one up.
They really needed to build that Home Depot on Saginaw. It's in a shitty spot.
in Waverly, it sucks.
It fucking
there
sucks,
at
dude.
Waverly and 469.
Mm-hmm. Isn't Lowe's on the one side and the north side of it?
No.
The Lowe's is 96 in Saginaw.
Oh, there's one there, but there's another one further down.
That's over on Cedar.
Yeah, okay.
Cedar,
It's right off the
Pennsylvania.
highway. You can see it. Yeah, just like the other one.
We're
Okay.
talking 496 in Waverly, which is
Yeah,
west side.
The ghetto.
the next exit after the hotel,
It's
isn't it?
not the ghetto.
It's
yeah.
fucking close to the ghetto.
It's
It
getting in there.
used to be down by, what was the car transport company? Blue Volvos.
Blue Volvos.
They were Blue Volvo car transport company.
Jack.
No, Jack Cooper
Jack
is
Cooper
green.
is Green Sterlings. They just
They
got
still
a
have
bunch of that
Sterlings?
shit.
God, right?
Did they buy him off
Dude,
of Holland?
everything Jack Cooper trucking has is older than my old man.
Right there on freaking
I heard they lost their contract, so.
St. Joe, across from the Armory, used to be, I can't even think of it now, but they had all baby shit blue freaking Volvos, or the fucking crusty ass shit bag robin egg freaking blue.
Are you talking
Volvos.
about that building where St. Joe splits to become Malcolm X and St. Joe?
Just before that, you had the
There's I don't
used to be Roadway Corp down there.
that's a tire company now.
Okay, right across the road, pretty much from Roadway Corp, down to the east, just a little bit
Dude,
more.
I think they're out of business now.
And they are. They went out of business years ago. But
And I'm supposed to know?
shit, they went out of business in the freaking crash of 08.
Yeah, and I didn't know shit about Lansing back then, even though I lived there. Fucking Lansing's a pile.
So the Jasmine Crockett woman,
Never
congressman, that's making a whole bunch of waves with the right wing, left wing,
Never heard.
racist this, racist that. She says, Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett says she simply forgot to inform Social Security of her grandmother's death in 2012. She's been collecting $2,600 a month ever since.
And as a congresswoman,
As a congresswoman.
she simply forgot. Because she didn't.
Where's the checks going? Somebody's cashing them, right?
She didn't question where those checks, or where that money was coming from?
Whatever, dude.
There's no integrity in Congress.
Oh, fuck no. Yeah, please tell your kids to go be politicians. It's a money tree. It's a license to print cash.
And they can hire you as an aide
You know what?
for $500,000 a year.
You know what a bunch of baboons are called, right?
Ticks? I don't know. A
Congress.
Yeah.
Oh,
Literally,
okay.
you put 100 baboons in a spot. That's called a Congress.
Baboon apostrophe S was what I was going to say. Okay. Another hot topic. Have you seen the one of the twins that got stabbed and killed?
One of the twins.
Austin Metcalf was attacked after telling another teen from a different school. It was a high school track meet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? No?
The
The super Christian family, the dad, and took his 2 sons to the track meet. They run and track together. They're twin boys. Austin Metcalf was attacked after telling another team from a different school that he was sitting in the wrong spot. Carmelo Anthony has been arrested and charged with first-degree murder. Just days ago, Metcalf shared on a post on X where he said faith that God got me and my work will pay off. There was a confrontation that was started when the suspect was told he was sitting in the wrong spot. Metcalf reportedly didn't know the teen who stabbed him. They were twins, identical twins, and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make him stop bleeding, and he died in his brother's arms, Jeff Metcalf, the father, said. I rushed up there and saw him on the gurney, and I could tell. They said he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood, and I saw where the wound was, and I was very concerned. So I had to find his brother, and we rushed to the hospital. Austin Metcalf had a 4.0 GPA and was the MVP of his football team. He was getting ready to go to college. Bear with me. Maybe I can find it here. Oh, there's Snap-on Val. Sorry. Hate to get that in the way. Let's go here and here, and I'll play it.
The sad part about it is he got in his brother's arms. They were twins. I knew it was
That's the dad.
and his brother was holding on to him, trying to make it stop bleeding.
See the kid on top? See the kid on the bottom?
And I rushed up there, and I saw him on the
This fucking phone.
And I could tell. Like I said, he wasn't breathing. I could see all the blood. I saw where the wound was.
Understandably still in shock, Jeff Metcalf says a precious memory was made just this past weekend when he took his twin boys hunting. That's where Austin got his first hog. Well, this morning at around 10, he rushed here to Kirkendall Stadium where the Memorial High School student athlete suffered a fatal stab wound during this track and field meet. Frisco police say a fight broke out between two students when one stabbed the other. More than 100 student athletes were participating in this meet. Fortunately, they were safely evacuated. Police arrested the suspect. He is 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony of Frisco. He is now charged with murder. Some students unfortunately witnessed this deadly encounter and have been interviewed by police. Despite life-saving efforts, the 16-year-old victim died at the hospital. Austin, his father shares, was born 2 minutes before his twin brother Hunter. The two inseparable, as you can imagine. Austin is being remembered as an outstanding student at Memorial High, his football team's MVP, and a young man of faith. His father grappling with loss and forgiveness.
This part's pretty
I'm not
shocking.
trying to judge, but what kind of parents did this child have? What was he taught? He brought a knife to a track meet, and he murdered my son by stabbing him in the heart. The guy was in the wrong place. They asked him to move, and he covered up. This is murder. I don't know. I know they have someone in custody, and you know what? I already forgive this person. Already. God takes care of things. God's going to take care of me. God's going to take care of my family.
Already forgave the kid. There ain't no fucking way. Who's the father that was sitting there at the payphone and turned around and shot the sex attacker? That'd be me. The kid be dead meat.
You guys hear about the fencing?
You just listen to that, right?
Yeah.
Now watch this. Justice for Carmelo Anthony, who is a victim of white supremacy. They've got a GoFundMe page for fucking for the kid that killed him. Sorry, go ahead.
What were you starting to say?
You guys heard about that fencer?
Oh yeah, that kneeled and got freaking disqualified.
The
Because
Asian girl.
she didn't want to compete against a man.
Yeah.
And she got sanctioned for it, didn't she? Yeah.
She got in trouble because she intelligently did not want to compete against a man.
That dude would have whacked her head right off.
Yep. Even with a blunt foil. Yeah. There's a reason why they don't compete against each other.
But I thought we were done with that shit. Why are we still dealing with it?
Because the Democrats are still in charge of cities because they haven't been voted out yet.
If you had a little girl like we do, you wouldn't want her going up against some dude, any dude.
No.
Even if he was smaller or whatever,
Well, hold on. What if
generally
the
stronger.
dude was Harry Sisson?
I think Sneaky B could take him.
I mean,
He's a huge puss.
the Democrat cuck leader.
Is he the... He's up there. He's definitely up there, but I don't know if he'd put him at the top. He's definitely a total bitch.
On a different note, we lost the Iceman this week.
Val Kilmer.
Oh, yeah. Wow, right? That's pretty... They're definitely
That
making a big deal
sucks.
out of it. I was going to come out here and watch Top Gun and have it playing in the background when you guys got here. And
So,
the original Top Gun.
I mentioned to my younger coworker, she's 27, that Val Kilmer died.
Ooh.
That's exactly what I got. I said he played Iceman in the original Top Gear. Oh, I've never seen it.
And the second one. Top Gun.
Yeah, well, the second one,
Top Gun. You said Top Gear.
oh, I said he played Iceman in the original Top Gun, and I didn't see that. How the fuck did you not see Top Gun?
What are you, Canadian?
Go
the
back
hell?
to Canada. Speaking of Canada, Alberta, it seems like basically all of Alberta wants to join the U.S. Like, they're telling the rest of Canada, is like, you guys need to back off of us, or we're seriously going to put it to a vote if we want to join America.
They should.
Because Alberta is not as Democrat as the rest of Canada,
Really?
because it's the oil production capital of Canada.
Oh. Oh. They're roughnecks who appreciate a little hard work.
Turns out when you
And
work
pay.
hard for a living, you don't want your money stolen from you. Huh, weird. What a novel concept. So, yeah, a lot of them want to join the U.S. because they know if they're in the U.S., they're not getting taxed as hard, and Trump's drill baby drill mindset.
Right.
Oh, yeah, they want to open them pipelines up. Yeah, they're getting taxed out the ass for the rest of the liberal policies in Canada that they're not large enough to compete against, vote-wise. It's the same reason why most of California is red, but it's a few select cities that turn that whole shithole blue.
I'm sure Big Papa Trump will give him ample opportunity to come over.
I mean, if the residents of Alberta unanimously, probably needs a supermajority, vote to join the U.S., I'm sure Trump would be okay with it. He might split Alberta into a couple states because one big state coming in is...
Well, how about we just do tradesies? Trade California for Alberta.
Ooh, it's not a terrible idea.
No. We'll bring Alberta in if they promise to lay charges along the San Andreas Fault. So the problematic part of California is not a problem anymore.
Okay.
You know, it's win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
We get to see cool explosions, which we like.
Dude,
We don't have the
Pay-per-view and yeah.
We don't have the bad part of California, and we get the good part of Canada.
That'd be a good way if Trump sold freaking pay-per-view. We could get rid of some of that freaking $39 trillion freaking deficit.
I had a... How do you start saving these damn things?
You need to find politicians that you can charge with insider trading and colluding with Russia, like Hillary, and hang them on pay-per-view.
Did I send you the Ronald Reagan one?
How much money would you pay to see Hillary
No.
hung on TV?
Oh.
I'm not going to say as much as in my bank account just because I have bills to pay too. So, I mean, I'd pay the going rate. just because I still got bills to pay.
I know
what's a really expensive fight these days? $100, $50?
I've never got anything on pay-per-view, so I don't know.
Hold on.
Back in the 80s, like, watch WrestleMania 3 on pay-per-view.
I sent you some wrestling stuff on
we
Instagram.
had a chip for the satellite dish that got us free pay-per-view, so we always watched the...
You were stealing it?
Yes.
McGregor. Who did he fight that one big one? McGregor, who did he fight? Ali? No, not Ali. Not
Mayweather?
Was it?
Yeah.
I think it was Mayweather.
Yeah.
Little itty bitty guy. He's from Caledonia, I think.
Middleville. Floyd.
It was Mayweather versus
Koya.
$90.
$90?
With
I would pay $100 to watch Hillary hang.
well, for
all
$10
day.
more, you get high def. So yeah, $100 for high def.
Yeah, because I wouldn't have to actually just pay the call it $150, because they'd have a lead up and they'd have a whole party and everything else. But there'd be a whole group of
We're going to start with Pelosi and work our way up to Hillary.
God, what's the? Yeah,
I mean, if you're going to do multiple in one sitting,
we're talking $500 now. But I'd charge an admission here.
I mean,
we have
like,
a huge party.
No.
UFC 259, you can watch the entire 3-hour freaking fight for freaking $100.
No, you make it $100, and you start out with some small hangings of like pedophiles and people on death row, and then you work your way up to a politician.
The main events.
Yeah, a politician. I'd pay $100 to see a bunch of degenerates.
I think Pelosi or Clinton would be the heavyweight championship bout of that
Yeah,
pay-per-view.
I think you could write your own ticket.
I mean, the lesser, let's say the middleweight would be like Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
The lesser one would be just some of the Democrat freaking congressmen, some of the
Media.
media outlet personnel,
CNN, anything? I'd pay to see that.
some of the pedophiles, some of the illegal alien pedophiles and murderers that have been murdering American people. That would be the lower level. That would be the pre-fight.
Pretty soon we got a pay-per-view sitcom. Well, every Thursday night we'd be sitting on a pay because it's going to take some time.
So,
But then we might
String
have to
'em up.
up it because we'd have to get interpreters.
I don't give a fuck what their last meal is.
so I got to thinking the other day. Can you think of what party do theater kids normally fall under these days?
Most of them.
What party?
Just
do
gay?
What?
No, what party?
What party? Oh, liberals, leftists.
Theater kids. Flamboyant actors.
Dems.
Let's see.
What
Libtards.
what party is upset about
Libcrats.
immigration because the cheap labor is going away?
Libcrats.
Yep.
And what party calls Trump a tyrant?
Hollywood libtards.
Can you think of another historical event where a theater kid was upset about cheap labor being taken away and called the sitting president a tyrant? The assassination of Abe Lincoln.
Okay.
John
I knew you were going
Slavery.
somewhere.
John Wilkes Booth was an actor who was pissed off about the abolition of slavery and said sic semper tyrannis, thus always to tyrants, before he jumped off to the stage and ran away.
It's funny you say that.
The fucking Democrat Party has not changed.
No.
They call someone who doesn't support slavery or basically slavery a tyrant for not wanting it. And they don't want him around anymore. Well, I thought about that the other day. I was sitting there just
It's funny that you
seeing
brought that up.
videos.
Hulu. I'm on Hulu. No, you don't have to look at it. I was on Hulu because I get home from work and I got like an hour. I watch TV and then I go to bed. I started watching the movie Lincoln, not the murder horror one, but the actual Lincoln. It's pretty
show
good.
thing?
Yeah, no, it's a movie. It's like 3 hours long, but it's really good. And I started watching it. I like that.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
It sucks. It happened. Slavery happened. But guess what? The Republican Party ended it. And I love these interviews that people do, like just social media nimrods out there going, so who do you think ended slavery? Who do you think tried to keep slavery? Stuff like that. Nope. Right. And they get it wrong every time. And then when you watch these guys say, no, the Democrats were for slavery, the Republicans were against it, they get all pissy about it. Mm-hmm. They get attitude. They're like, no, that ain't true. Yeah, it is. It is.
Like right now with Doge with the freaking money.
Oh yeah,
they're pissed. The Democrats are pissed about all this money
being taken away from their pockets,
being taken out of the Democratic Party's pockets.
Where were we last with Duffy here? Where was the Doge tracker? Remember?
136, 136 billion.
We've slowed down. We're at 140, $870 per taxpayer saved per. Yeah, taxpayer.
But okay, in 7 days they found $4 billion.
That would go a long ways, wouldn't it?
Did you make $4 billion in the last 7 days?
I didn't make $4 in the last 7 days.
You got to fucking work, buddy.
In 7 days, that's $571.4 million a day.
In 7 days.
I'm good with that.
Everything I will take a win where I can get them. And the Doge is winning. And the Democrats just fucking hate it, but I don't understand why. And it's just going to set me off even more. It sets all of us off.
Because their transgenderism and their freaking...
Because all the money they were
Iranian Sesame Street and all that shit.
No, it's not even that. It's all these programs that they set up had a backdoor kicking money back into their own pocket. That's what they're pissed about losing.
Right. The NGOs and the kickbacks are... Losing kickbacks would definitely suck if I were a scuzzy.
Why didn't you go into politics? I think it suits you.
I told my kids, you want to get rich? Be a politician. You have to really have no fucking scruples, but...
Make a law about something with driving a car, but in the fine print on page 876, put in there to where you get a $10 million salary a year because of this bill.
That's the dirty part. So I did notice when a Republican brings a bill, it's 15 pages long. But
it is straight and to the point for the most part.
And the liberals will make a 1,500 page. You've seen them. They're like this tall. And nobody fucking reads them. They're like, yeah, let's vote. It's in.
Oh, by the way, here's also what you voted for.
Yeah.
That was like one of these stimulus things that Biden did. The Biden bucks that he sent out in 2021 or whatever. Okay,
God.
Each person of the family got $800, but in this freaking stimulus, whatever, on page 791, we got to limit 30 round freaking magazines.
10 round.
And it's like, what does that have to do with a stimulus package?
Well, just okay, go ahead.
It's just they add shit that has no business being in that fucking bill.
They shoehorn whatever they want.
Yes.
Well, so it'll be like, this bill is to send money to North Carolina, and they slip in, but all the Democrats are going to get a $500,000 raise every year.
Yep.
And then as soon as the Republicans vote no, they say, look, they don't give a shit about the people in North Carolina. We do. The Republicans don't.
That's where I wanted to go with it.
And then
they could have really put a dent in the whole election. The whole election, if Biden would not have just said $700 to each one of you. Fuck you, you're not going to vote for me anyway. If he would have actually went down and did because election was just around the corner, had an absolute blowout fire sale of cleanup, building brand new houses, fixing everything, that could have changed the election. But they didn't. The cheap bastards. No, I guarantee you he's laundering more money than $700 in a whole county to each person.
So
I think that could have changed things if they would have fixed it, done the right thing, but they didn't.
I wish the Republicans would use their majority now to pass a law that all bills must fit on a single legal sheet of paper, which is 8.5 by 14. single-sided, must be minimum 8-point font, and it can only fit on one side of one page.
I think that's asking a lot. I would say
nope. Fuck you.
Okay.
If you can't make it fit on that page, figure it out.
Write a different bill for the rest of the shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Write an amendment.
Because
to this
there's
bill.
always that sneaking it in there.
You get one more page of amendments. That's it. We're not doing these fucking 15-page bills. We're not doing 1,500. If you say one page, yeah, the Republicans got to really work to get it down to one page. The Democrats are never going to be able to pass a fucking bill. They can't shut their fucking mouth long enough to make a bill one page long. You know how fucking wordy Democrats are.
I know how dirty they are. Dirty and wordy, yeah.
They'll just use word salad like your girl Kamala.
Oh, God. Dude.
And they'll fill out. They'll make 1,500 pages just so they can slip that one clause in the middle of it.
I'll drink
a Democrat's bill that they come up with, all that is meant to do is gaslight the Republicans.
And to hide what they want to pass.
They highlight what the Republicans want to hear, and some of them are like, wow, that sounds really good. But they sneak in that dirty bullshit every time. Every time.
So you say one piece of paper.
Granted, I've never read one of those 1,500-page
they are fucking
dossiers of
dry.
fucking bullshit. I'm sure they are. You would definitely need a Harvard law degree
so much
to
freaking legal description in there that they have to put in. If they're talking about freaking mud, they have to put in there and analyze chemical composition of that fucking mud, and that takes up 27 fucking pages.
Yeah, I don't like all the bloat. It's fucking old. It needs to go away.
Yes.
for sure.
Couldn't agree more.
But I got something for off the air. It's an 8-minute video. You guys might be disgusted by it.
Let's take a. How are we sitting?
We're over an hour.
Okay, let's take a break. Let me put some notes down while we're here. Go ahead.
Here's those that wish us well.
All the rest can go to hell.
All right.
See ya.